Uber getting some bad news yesterday when the city of London stripped its operating license. The shares tumbled on that news before recovering somewhat during the day. You can see the stock right now. Take a look at it. You're going to see that Uber has said it will appeal and can continue to operate while that appeal is pending. You can see the stock is up this morning by about 19 cents. Joining us right now for more on this is Dan Primack. He is Axios' business editor. And Dan, how big of a deal is this for Uber? Does this spread beyond London?
I mean, it's a big deal were they to actually lose London, right? As you said, they can continue being on the roads. You know, London estimates are kind of 2-3% of overall ride-hail revenue. It's certainly one of its 5 biggest global cities. I'm not sure it's a huge deal, though. Remember, they were first supposed to be suspended over a year ago. They were able to appeal. They got an extension, et cetera. When you look at what's happened in other cities, it's usually more about ride hail as a category, whether even in the U.S., right, you know, issues of whether these people are really drivers or independent contractors, or in other places, broader licensing. London is a real Uber-specific thing, so I don't think that necessarily kind of has waves that carry to other cities.
You know, I wrote it off myself at first, but what I didn't realize before reading some details yesterday is that there is this problem where unlicensed drivers can upload their photos onto this, so they can be posing as somebody they're not. And that's a little concerning. If that's what the technology actually allows, if that's what their system actually allows, that could be a problem if other regulators start looking at that, too. You have the problem where I think they said 14,000 rides were with unlicensed or uninsured drivers, I should say, because they weren't who they said they were going to be. And then just from a general security perspective overall, why have a system that you can't protect?
No, look, you're absolutely right about that. I shouldn't downplay I don't even want to call it a glitch because it's not that. It's an exploit, if you will. Yeah. It's a real problem, but it's a specific one that Uber should be able to solve. You know, they say they're going to add some sort of facial recognition software. I'm not sure whether that'll work or not. But again, it does seem to be a specific technology problem as opposed to what we've seen with Uber and other ride-hail companies in the past, which has been more of this kind of fundamental, should these companies generally be allowed to operate on our streets? And this isn't that.
So what do you think about the stock, which at one point I looked at it, it was down about 4.5% yesterday before it stabilized?
Well, look, it makes sense that people would freak out about this. As I said, it is one, you know, if you look at Uber, I believe kind of its 5 largest global cities comprise about 25% of its ride-hail revenue. So it's a very big deal if it was to come off a market. There's also a kind of I think I saw this in I think maybe the FT suggested, well, Uber loses money on lots of things, so if it has fewer drivers, maybe it actually loses less money. But it doesn't. It makes sense that the stock would actually go down off of this because it is a threat. As you said, if other cities, whether they be in the U.S. or globally, if they realize, and I'm sure they're looking now, if this exploit that we've seen in London, if this has happened in other cities, Uber at the very least is going to face penalties.